Actually, today's training is, I believe, or has been one of the worst ones throughout the whole series that I have been working on this channel. Like, no matter what I tried, nothing worked. I went for freestyle at first. The whole combination was alright, like the first one which I tried, but like it didn't feel right. I couldn't bring myself to go and full send anything. So I thought to myself that maybe it will be better for me to go and do statics before freestyle, or maybe not do freestyle at all. So I went for the full plunge attempt, and it was actually alright. I was a bit higher with my legs than I should have been, but other than that, after the attempt, my left wrist started to feel like sharp pain, and that's when I knew I couldn't go statics anymore because it would be too dangerous and high risk. So instead I decided to just force myself and go on the high bar and try freestyle, try different things. And even though I really pushed myself, I tried to get over this, like whatever is happening actually right now, and I couldn't. Like, I tried a few attempts of going around the bar and switching grips so that eventually I would connect it to alley hoop, but it was pretty bad, and in the end I decided to leave or stop training a bit earlier than usual because, as I mentioned, there is high risk and I'm not willing to go through an injury which I went through in my past, which holds your progress tremendously, and then you can't really, if you have to compete, you can't really do that because you lost so much progress and you can't really catch up to other people. And I have already gone through crazy amount of injuries and I know what I'm talking about. So I decided to stop the session and instead record this outro. And throughout the session I tried to have a positive mindset. Like, these kinds of sessions do end up happening, like throughout your experience, throughout your journey, and so there is nothing really you can do about it, like you just have to accept it. But even though I really tried to keep a positive mindset, I couldn't bring myself to do it. And so maybe sometimes it's actually better to leave the session earlier so that you won't like ruin your whole day, or your whole rest of the day, if you know what I mean. Like, no matter how many books you read, no matter how much internal work you actually do, that's what I have been doing for quite a while now. And like, even when you do something like that, such things can trigger you, can make you angry, and that's actually a normal thing. If you were to push away like those bad emotions, bad feelings, then it would only get worse because it would build up inside of you and you would eventually explode and maybe something bad would even happen. And so in that case, it's better to actually accept those emotions and just let them go naturally. And so if you have a session like that, sometimes it's just better to leave the session and do something more productive after the session at home. I will probably go and have a long reading session so that I will get as much knowledge as I can. And I will maybe train throughout the week, like on Wednesday maybe. And so don't beat yourself up if you will have a bad session and you will decide to leave earlier, because sometimes it's actually a better thing to do. And so that's about it for the video. If you have enjoyed it or found it interesting or inspirational in some way, then you can watch this video next.